And now we just check if this mic works. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, what a month it has been. But I mean, let's be honest. This is just how things work here, isn't it? Oh my good lord. I think that there's a chance that if it's a WAYPN, something's gone wrong. But at least I'm able to stream at home. Cheers to you, ladies and gentlemen. Crack open a cold one of whatever flavor you desire. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a trying time, but let's just spend these 3 minutes with the serenading sounds of this soundtrack. And of course, me asking how you doing. How you doing, Joe? I'll tell you what, guys. You know what I need to do? I need to grab some of what I've been working on and show you guys some of what I've been working on. Because it has come together really, really nicely. But I thought I would do a different intro. The different animation, because oh boy, do I think it is appropriate at the moment. But yeah. UK Burge Burnout. So what's UK Great Britain Burnout? I'm not sure what the GE is for. I'm watching on with rapt attention. Oh, cool. How was it? I'm sure that it was pretty good. Oh no! It looks like question time is about to be over and we must begin. We've got about 40 seconds. Get in there, Joseph. Do it. Come on. I don't think he's gonna make it, Jim. Alright. Let's bring everything up and Alright. Oh, tired, grumpy 2-year-old. That does not sound like a recipe for success. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to WAYPN. Or, what are you painting now? Or, WAYPN! Because that's how we like to do it here. So, first off, we've got something from some bloke that I've heard about somewhere. His name's Doug the Ferg. And we've got a piece here, and I'd like to congratulate myself that he seems to have taken my advice. Oh, good lord. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So, we have these absolutely beautiful, mate. Beautiful miniatures. And one of the things that I really like that he did is come in here, right? And take a look at the blood right here and how he put that in there. Now, I think that that's absolutely fantastic. The thing is, for me, with these guys, I feel that you can't go over the top with Corn Berserkers, right? They're just too over the top already. But that's why I'm taking a look at this guy here, and I do believe that he's meant to be having a sort of exposed skin look, right? But at the moment he's just looking a bit pinkish, and I think back to one of the big things that I've seen with all of this sort of exposed muscle thing and that. And if you want to go all in, I reckon you go all in and just paint some of those white stripes across, you know, each of the muscle contours, and just go ham with it. You know, not that it's looking bad, but I think you either go all the way in with these corn berserkers, or you try and make them look semi-realistic. Oh, that is my thoughts, of course. Everybody's allowed to have their own thoughts. I mean, it's allowed. Doesn't mean it's right, but it's allowed. So, let's move right on down. Next up, we've got this bloke, Lorna. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through the whole project right now, because one of the things that I did here was I'm doing something slightly different. Hopefully, that's a lot of hopefullys, but if you've been watching this show for more than one episode, you know, ladies and gentlemen, that I need all that hope. Oh, because it's certainly not going to run on the dreams. Alright, so we've got this absolutely beautiful original... No, it's not original Bloodthirster, but the second casting of it. The original was in Hero Quest, but to my mind, that makes this one the original, because Hero Quest was developed by... it was in conjunction with Games Workshop, not officially made by them, if I remember correctly, but I might miss the mark on that. But one of the things that I did was I did this so that we can go along with his evolution and see how he's come along this way. And I think this way looks a little cleaner, and we get a much better picture. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm most probably gonna see if I can blow this image up. No. The computer does not want. Alright. But let's take a look at him. Alright, so, once again, beautiful bases by Lorna. Alright. Very basic. Now, why am I always going on about this, right? You have to root your person in where they are, right? Now, this gives it a lot more theme to it. But instead of me going off on one of my base rants, who is this alien? Who is he? Why is he not doing that? Why is he not going off on a rant? Alright. So, with this right here, there's a couple of things. I really like the skulls right here on the whip, and just taking a look on the OBS so I can see that you can actually see what I'm seeing. And this right here, I think all of the armor looks good, but I think that the horns, like, they could have gone in deeper, gone into like a brown and up to a white, giving that more sort of demonic feel to it. I do really like these black and red wings, because I think that you would be hard pressed to do a sort of membranous wing like you do with the more recent ones. And for me, I really do like that style, because it's got this great contrast, right? Of negative space versus positive. You know, you've got all of these big red streams and then just nothing. And it does look good. I just wonder if these could have been dusted over, perhaps with maybe, say, a dry brush, to give it more of that chalky sort of feel that claws have. But I mean, as far as criticisms for the wings go, I mean that's pretty soft. And we have some nice demonic ass there, right? Just beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. It's bright, it's red, it's shiny. That's corn, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So Lionel just says that he's conscious of breaking up all of the red on the corn models, and I think it's the right thing to do, because I think if these were red, oh my good lord, it would be a lot of red on the table. Gotta love that demon booty. You do indeed, sir. Now, taking a look at it, I'm just trying to think of elements which could be improved, because I don't think there is a lot here. I mean, you could go in like really hard on the leather, but I don't think that that's gonna come out a whole lot. I just think with the axe, this is like, once again, when I was talking about Korn, I think that Korn is one of the people where you can go really over the top, because they're just so ridiculous when it comes to all of their stuff. You take a look at it and nothing of theirs has subtlety at any level. And I think it looks really good. I think blood splatters maybe, but the armor is really, really nice. It's subtle, right? It's got that same sort of cornate feel, but it is a bit in the shadows on this one. I don't think I can get it too much larger, but I do like the brass edging to go with the black. I think that it's a very, very good look for it. No worries about the horns and talons, my dude. Alright, let us move on. Yeah, so we were talking about this, and a rust effect would be, a rust effect I think would be way better than blood, actually. I'm just gonna jump back to him for a second and take a look at that axe. You know what? I reckon a rust effect, I'm gonna check in OBS if you can see in there. See, unfortunately, you can't see everything when I'm taking a look at some of these images, but a rust effect in on the interior of the blade, radiating out, and then just like this super sharp blade, I reckon that could be great contrast. You know, the idea of this ancient battle axe that is always sharp. I think that could be a really cool concept. Alright, let us get back to it. Alright, so here we are, scrolling down, and we have something from a wild Chevy. Oh no, Chevy, what has happened? He's gone rabid. Oh no, he's gone wild. But yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea, man. That sounds great. I think a lot more elegant than what I was thinking. When I think corn, I just think balls to the wall. Alright, so that is not what I wanted. Alright, we've got Wild Chevy here, and oh my good lord, looks like he's going in for another one of his comp models. Okay, so would it be a WAYPN without me talking about basing? I don't think it would. So what I take a look at here, right, is with this light cracking underneath, and what I'm thinking about is what is underneath these cracks, right? Because it's just so light, and it doesn't have that same just sort of pop. And don't worry, Lorna, I won't inform you as to anything. Alright, now that's the thing that pops out to me, right? Because nobody's denying Wild Chevy's painting talent. Except for me, of course. Because, you know, I'm a terrible human being. I'm a decent alien, but, you know, on the human part, you know, not so much. Yeah, no, it does look like studio work. So, that's the main thing that I pick up on. Because I take a look at everything else and I'm just like, that's spot on. It's spot on. I'm not as big a fan of the uniform rock look, but I do believe that he might be showing this in Las Vegas, Nevada. So there's a chance that he's specifically going for that look, right? But that's why I think just like some of these cracks being more pronounced, that's what I look at, and painting something underneath first, even if it's like super fine sand, right? Or even just like a mud look, right? That'd just be beautiful. Now, of course, the biggest thing here, right, is his goggles. His eyes, very good, right? Very good. But when it comes to these goggles, absolutely beautiful work, right? Nobody can complain about that. Okay, the stubble I think is a bit over the top, but that might be what he's going for. I really like some of the action lines when it comes to the cape, you know, very strong highlighting. The sword, I don't think I can really comment on it on this angle, but here we go. Taking a look from this angle, oh, doesn't he look gorgeous? Okay, actually, you know what? His stubble doesn't look nearly as bad from the side. Like, it does look pretty intense, but not nearly as bad. But I tell you what, check out that scar action that he's got going on his face. Oh, that is pretty darn decent. But yeah, I like the lightning action going on with the sword. Very nice. Still taking a look at the base. Chevy. Alright. And finally, I've got a back shot of him. Alright, and this, oh, take a look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Just gorgeous. And I think that he's run over it maybe with a semi-gloss wash, or he's really feathered out these highlights. I'm not sure which, because some of the times it can be the camera, some of the times it can be the paint job in of itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of music, so I'm going to restart. Alright, so yeah, I think it's looking pretty darn good. You know, there's just something that I'm always commenting on. I don't know what it is. You know, it's definitely not an obsession that people have brought up from me. But one thing that I do think that could look really good on this guy is pigmentation dust coming up onto his boots and just the edges of his cape. That's one of the things that Brushstrokes does very, very well. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it was one of those things where you have to sneeze, but you also cannot sneeze. It's a lovely sensation. Alright, so yeah, taking a look at all of that, I think that it's this really, really great piece. And I think when it comes to Wild Chevy, he's just on the edge of breaking through to the very, very top tier, right? And I think, honestly, that there's not a lot in it. I think mostly it's just those sort of tricks that they use. It's definitely not brush control or anything like that. Alright. So, next up we've got Davith! And Davith has been smashing out models once again. Now, I didn't bring up a separate thing for this because, you know, he's just going through the whole thing. But once again, I'm going to say a big thank you to Davith, because Davith, you know how it is. We really need those people to come and actually take a look at these things. See that it is a process. Because some people, they only see this. They only see this right here. And as much as I want Wild Chevy, Brushstrokes, anyone who's one of our top painters to go through and smash to the very top, what I want even more is I want everybody to know that painting is a process. Alrighty then, now we are on to our next page. Notifications. Oh, somebody is talking to me. Strange codes and signals are being sent to me. Yeah. So what we have here is him just doing up all of the base work, and we do have some nice basing as a start, Davith. I hope this won't be all. I hope you won't be deliberately trying to send me down into the spheres of madness where the eldritch horrors lay. Nothing like that, of course. Nothing. And we have Lornor going through the progress, which we took a look at here. Oh, and of course we have our resident troll. And then we have Earthman Brick just raging for a little bit. But it's alright, my dude. It's alright. I understand the feels. Alright, and this is one of the other things that I wanted to talk about for a minute, but I didn't get all of the images up for it. So I was really intrigued by this, and I'm very glad that we got Lornor in the chat, because what I would very much like is if he could explain what he's using right here. I do believe it's one of those Japanese metallics. Or it's at least one of the East Asian metallics. I'm not quite sure what it is that he's done here with this sword, but it is an interesting effect. That is for sure. So Lornor, if you could tell us, my man, what this demon sword is, that would be absolutely phenomenal. And when you pop that in, I will head on back to it. Alright, next up we've got Doug the Fug, and he's been doing some more of those. Okay, it's called Turbo Dork Blue Raspberry Color Shift Paint. Who produces that, Lornor, if I could? Because, a lot of people, they take a look at... Oh, they're American. A lot of people take a look at these sorts of things and, they think, oh, wow, that must be such a talented painter to get that effect, right? And this is what I'm talking about when I was talking about what Wild Chevy's at, right? It's just these little tiny tricks. Getting pigmentation stuff, right? Which is not actually a paint, but closer to like a soot sort of thing. It's closer to cake makeup than it is that. And like they see this and they're like, I could never do such a thing. And that is the exact noise that they make, just so you know. Yeah. And he says this is no shading, no highlighting. Yeah, looks good. And the thing is, when you take a look at some of this, right, and you get it demystified, you go, oh, it's just this guy doing this thing. It's just this process. You go, oh, cool. I could do that, I guess, yeah. And you take a swig and you have a go. All right. So next up, we have Doug the Fug, and he's doing up some more interesting models. Now, okay, so this is a North Star model, but yeah, that is one thing I find interesting about this setting of, I do believe he calls it Frostgrave. Yeah, okay. That they just allow any models in their adventures. And I think that's really cool. Alright, so hopefully things will load and nothing will explode. So prepare for the computer to die. Alright, so I do like this effect because obviously it's a bone. And he's been gnawing on it and he's using it as a club. I do think, however, if you're going to do that, give him a green cap, right? Because have that bit of contrast there, right? Because it still fits within all of these natural colors right here, right? We've got blood and we've got, we do have some steel, but it is not the majority focus of this creature right here. I do like how he's done up the base, nice and simple. And this is what I'm talking about. All you need is 3 elements, ladies and gentlemen, right? So he's got the tiles, right? And the grooves and the blood. Done. 3 elements, right? Not exactly the most magnificent, bases. But they're good. They're done, You don't have to worry about it. Alright. I think that you could have gone bone with the teeth. But that's about it. Okay, yeah, North Star is the miniature manufacturer. Earthman Brick is telling me. And Frostgrave... Oh, yeah. So, but I do believe Frostgrave is a game, if I'm correct, right? They do run like a Mordheim style series, and they encourage people to just grab miniatures from wherever, right? I may be wrong, I may be right. We will soon find out. The internet will tell me. Ah, yes, the dark ciphers in the darkness. And they will tell me. With all of their whispers. It's alright. It's definitely that the computer was broken. I didn't escape an asylum. Overpower the guards. And yes, eat out their tongues. Lorna, when you say you're right, I'm not sure that your chat has synced up to my audio. Alright. So, next up we've got more gnolls. Okay, yeah. So, Earthman Brick was just bringing up some stuff in the chat about the Frostgrave series. Alright, so yeah, taking a look at this gnoll right here. Yes, he's looking quite powerful. So, what I really do like is this. The back of the fur there, and how it's sort of a tanned leather, or maybe not, or tanning leather. But yeah, so the thing is, I think that it all looks really good. I like that this isn't shiny right here. I do think that he's a pretty basic model, but I think he's come out really nicely. And once again, look, ladies and gentlemen, bing, bang, boom. 3 elements, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need. All you need is 3 elements. Alrighty then. So let's finish up on the Zem. And next up, we have Earthman Brick. Now, hopefully all of these things will be loaded up and will not explode. No, they're gonna explode. Everything's gonna explode. Alright, breathe. Alright, so there's a couple of things that I really like. So, what I really like is these little things right here. All of this looks really, really basic, right? It doesn't look like much of anything at all. But when you put these little things on it, right, you recontextualize the whole piece, right? It's a foreman's office. It's one of those buildings you see being built as you taking your drive to work, whatever, right? We've all seen this building here. And see, instead of going overboard with the painting, just a couple of transfers and just, right? Yeah, it would be. So Earthman Brick's just saying it would be nice to have some work in progress shots of the Gnolls / Beast Men, as he did state that he converted them. But I'm sure if you ask in the comment, not the reply, that'll be all good, and he will most probably provide something for you. So this one over here, I'm unsure, but I do know that Earthman Brick is definitely going for a bit of a theme here, right? And we'll see that a bit later on. I do like the little camera here, right? Just a nice little ad there. These, very nicely done up. Very nicely done up. This pattern right here is a lot harder to get right than you would think. I'm not sure if he's doing it freehand. I don't think he is. I do think that it's sculpted a bit. But trust me, that can go very wrong very easily. Alright, so I thought that this was really, really good that he managed to get to that level of detail on these computers here. I thought that was intense. Pretty crazy to see what he's done there. I think that looks really good. But I think that this is more, what are you sculpting now right here? Not that the painting's bad, but I mean, when it comes to these sorts of things, often a player or painter will have one side of the skills and maybe not the other. I definitely see that with a lot of sculptors on the internet. They have these absolutely beautiful, pieces that they put together, and the paint jobs are, ooh. But I mean, the thing is, everyone has different goals. If you want to, create the tippy top, the very best, then those things are going to require a very broad set of skills. But if you just want to get it onto the table, it's okay to smash things out because you want to play. Everyone has different painting goals. All right. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring up the dirt, but that's for a picture later on. All right. So Earthman Brick says those posters / black and white stripes weren't transfers; they're PVA printouts. The camera was made from spare bits. Yeah, I figured that you'd made the camera, but when it comes to transfers and all of that, I hate transfers. I hate transfers, my dude. For the long-time viewers, you will have seen that I will paint on logos onto things rather than using transfers. Just because I'm transfer illiterate. I just can't do it. I cannot do it. Alright. So this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about where one technique works so well in one case and then misses in another. Okay, so taking a look at these hedges. Taking a look at these, they look absolutely phenomenal, right? I don't know what techniques he's used to get these together, but I do believe these must be some bottle caps of some sort of kind, just sprayed white. Put some, dirt, mud, muck, whatever in there, and then just a stick and some of this kind of flock. I don't know what kind of flock that is. There's all sorts of different kinds of flocks, but mostly the only flocks I'm familiar with are for ground cover. However, one of the things that I did want to bring up was these right here, these bigger trees. Now, one of the things that I take a look at right here is they just look out of place when you compare them to these down here, right? And I think maybe if they were on their own, I think the thing would be is they wouldn't stand out as much. But there is a certain type of flock, I guess you could call it, or it's a cover, and I do believe it comes from Woodland Scenics, and I think that this is something that you totally want to try out, Earthman Brick, because it is totally in your wheelhouse, right? And Brushstroke has done up some of these. and they look absolutely fantastic. All you need is, you got the trunk there, right? Just a few more branches and you spread it out and it looks like a real tree, right? And the reason why I say that, and the reason why, giving you a bit of a hard time on this, it's obvious that you're going hard into all of this terrain building, and I figure, I don't want to give you a bum drum or blow smoke up your ass. Like, the thing is, that flock, absolutely fantastic. But this, we just have such a different view when it comes to trees, or maybe it's because I'm Australian and I live, out in the scrub, but the thing is, I think that you can totally do it. And if you find that follicle foliage, it might be called, it's gonna haunt me now. It's gonna haunt me. But if you find that, I reckon that you could really make up some very, very nice trees. Just use this, stick a couple of branches in there and just go to town with it. Alright. Okay, I make my own flock. Okay. He says, good enough. I guess he just wants them on the table. Alright, so, next up, we have, some of the art from my game. I hope you liked that, guys. I've got a few more things that I could show you. As you guys know, the animations are from my game, and it has been a long time coming, and hopefully the player's book will be done up soon enough. All right, now we've got Agamember, and he's done up some of these, and I thought that this was really cool, giving a bit of a different look to all of these sort of fire elemental things, or all of these elemental forces. Now, what I really did like is, these changing in colors. The tabletop RPG. And the thing is, when I take a look at this, what I think about is what could have been done to improve things slightly. I do really like the teeth on this. I think that looks just freaking gnarly. But the one thing that I come to immediately is the green, right? These sharp transfers. Now, one of the things that I used to do back in the day was I would just grab this color, whatever color it was, and use it as a dry brush and dry brush it to that side. Grab this color, dry brush it towards that side, and bing bang boom, some nice blending. All right, and I think that could really, really improve it. The other thing that I would do is, it depends on how much you want to get into it, right? Which would be just add some yellow around where each of the teeth are to give that sort of plaquey feel. And that's feel, not fill. These looked interesting, right? But I assume that there's going to be a bit more done with them. And the one thing that I liked the look of is the transfer of, colors, right? We've got this very deep green, and then into these lighter greens. But I'd most probably try and hit these lighter greens again to try and give that difference in color. I think that it's worked really well with these ones over here, but I think that these ones need to go over just one more time. So I take a look at this. Looks very nice. The only thing, once again, is these transfers right here. Transfers. Oh, my brain's gone numb. Excellent. That's what I wanted right now. Transitions between the colors, I just do the same thing once again, because we've got these hard transition lines, and yeah, I just don't think it's that. So I'm unsure as to what this is. It's most probably a work in progress. So we will soon see. Hopefully. But I want to say one thing, man. Welcome. We're really... Yep, well, yes. They're works in progress. Come on. Come on, Lionel. Works in progress. He's not gonna chuck a Davith on me. He wouldn't do that to me. They wouldn't do that to me. In the night, carrying me away, clutching my box of dust, saying, no, it needs the PVA. The PVA! Alright, but yeah, I want to say big welcome to Agamember, and come on back, show us some more of your works in progress, and, dude, I'm always going to, give you honest feedback. I'm not going to give you a bum drum. I'm gonna give you whatever feedback that I think is appropriate, and I'm not going to blow smoke, but I'm not just gonna, talk down, as I think most people here know. I give what I feel is proper advice, not just all one way or the other. All right, and we've got some more works in progress from Lornor here. Yes, Lornor. It's all right. I'm not losing my mind. Mine. And hopefully we'll be seeing a bit more, but we've got a bit more of that red. Tell us, Lionel, in the comments what you're going to be doing with these more exposed bits of muscle here, because I think that would be a real opportunity to get some color contrast in there. I'm not too sure as to what to do with it, but I think it's an idea. Alright. Shadow Spear Chaos Legion. Black troops? Alright, well, I am most definitely confused. Alright, let's take a look here. Can we see? Interesting. It seems it is some sort of forensic file. Murdered miniatures. Yes. These miniatures right now, it seems that what has happened is somebody has come to slay them. Yes. Filled with malice and hatred. So that is what is going on here. Alright, hopefully I can get one picture with some color in it. Can I? Yes, I hear that he's oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah. So just some more sort of angry raptors. Hopefully we will see how these guys turned out. Alright. Well, Doug the Fug. I'm sorry, but you fucked up. You fucked up hard, man. You've just figged it. You fucked hard. You fucked me, man. You fucked me. But, so hopefully we will see Doug the Fug repost these at some point in time. Alright. Ooh. New member. New blood. Oh, okay, cool. He's showing some work in progress of his Titans. Yeah, they're looking good. Obviously, being WAYPN, the biggest thing that I'm noticing is a lack of basing. It's alright. It's alright. I know that they don't do this on purpose. They don't do this to just hurt me. It's not their intention. Alright. But yeah, no, it's looking good. It'll be good to see them a bit more done up, and hopefully one of the things that I'm going to say to all you new blokes here is if I can get one of the one of the big things is just having like a neutral background, like white or grey or something. Just put a sheet of paper behind it, a pillow, something, and that way you can get this good look at the miniatures. Here it was. I didn't get to it. This was my favorite thing of what... Is it still there with Earthman Brick? No, it's not. Of course it's not, because I didn't get to it. This was the best thing that I thought that he'd done of all of them. When it comes to this, right? I've been to this store. I have seen this store where they have those things up and, you know, they haven't been cleaned in a million years, and they've got posters back from the frickin' 80s, and you're just like, dude, come on. You shouldn't be advertising your age like this. You know, it's not good for your social life. But yeah, this is beautiful. Like, just little subtle things like this right here, like little tiny hairline fractures in the window, just absolutely beautiful. And this was one of the reasons why I was having a bit of a go at him about the tree, because I take a look at this, right, and this kind of attention to detail, and then you take a look at the trees, and I'm just like, what is going on? And yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Oh, cool, man. No, yeah, if you've entered this into a competition, tell us what the competition is, because I think that this right here, by far some of the best terrain that I've seen. It'll depend on how you set it up. It'll very much depend on how you set it up, because a lot of the times it isn't so much what you've done, but how you present it. Like, one of the pieces that Brushstrokes managed to get into Warhammer World, one of his big tricks was he had his armies on parade, and the thing was that what he did was he had just like this little note on it which said, try and find these things. You know, 12 skulls, 5 treasure chests, 18, you know, coconuts, all of that sort of thing, right? Now, you can have something really great and you can just present it in the worst way. But that's why I bring that up, because it looks really nice. Okay, and like the thing is that I want that to, you know, look as good as it can. And yeah, you know, okay, it might be incidental, but that's what I picked out from it, because of the rest of it just looks so authentic. But yeah, just remember on how you're going to present. Okay, the competition is the Guild Brick Challenge on Craft Musings YouTube channel. Oh man, yeah, I think we all know the horrors of cat hair. So let us move on to the final page. Now these looked really cool, and I do believe Lorna was talking about how they were, or someone was talking about how they reminded them of Hero Quest. These little printouts here, and I think it looks good. I think it looks good, man. This, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused. Oh, it's so confused. But yeah, no, those things, man, just looked absolutely awesome. Alright. You finished your Soul Grinder? Lies and blasphemy! Who did this? Who did this? Well, I guess I have been gone for a month, so, you know, Lorna is expected to finish at least 2 things, you know, in a month. But, you know, it's just so unexpected. Alright. So let's take a look at this bad boy here. Oh wait, did I not actually get to the end of it? Yeah, there it was. Alright. Alright. So this is finished, Lorna? You're telling me that this is finished? Ooh. Ooh. Lawnmower. You're telling me this is finished? Is that what I'm about to read in the comments? Oh, Lawnmower. Why you do this to me, man? Why you do this to me? Okay. This bit right here, that you just could have done so much with color contrast here. You know, like I take a look at this bit right here and it's just dying for it. You know, it's indented, it's a different bit of texture, all of that. You know, I just, ooh, all of those noises. I do really like the way that the mechanical parts are done up, but one of the things that I would most definitely recommend, especially with the bits in here, it's obvious that you've gone over it with a wash, but I would recommend the Null Oil Gloss Wash. Because when you do those, especially on these pistons and that sort of thing, right, you have this nice oily finish, and I think that would give just some great contrast with him, right? The eyes I think I could do a bit of work. I'd go green, without a doubt. Go green. All of this red everywhere, and we got this blue, and of course we know that steel is blue. We know that, people. All right, I'm not going over that lesson again, but yeah, just some color contrast, man. Some color contrast. The other thing is, okay. Okay, so yeah, he varnishes afterwards to give a bit of more of a gloss look to it. I take a look at this, and it doesn't quite have that same level of intensity. And I just think maybe what you could do is, just like how people blend normally, go back up with that, what was it, dork tone? You know, the candy blue dork tone? Because I think that this would look really cool, as if it's a sort of sword being manufactured in an instant. Like, we're not seeing it as a broken sword, but something that's sort of being brought forth from the digital aether. Okay, it's in the shadows angle. Oh, okay, yeah. I see a bit more here. But yeah, so that's one of the big things that I would have done. But Turbo Dog, yeah. But other than that, man, like, I think that it looks good. I think that it looks real good. Just this bit right here, because the one thing that I take a look with all of these guys, right, is when you're taking a look at them from across the table, they're just these blobs of red and these blobs of steel, and there's not that same sort of chaos gaudiness to them. And I feel that could really help it. Like some sort of swirling mystical purple in there, as if the flesh is just being brought out from the rift. I think that could look really cool. Alright, next up we've got Earthman Brick, and it does... Okay, so... Junk products. I will have to see these all finished up, because as it stands, I don't know how they're going to turn out. I'm going to turn the music back on, and we'll get back to it. Alright, so yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, those guys don't have a base at all. Now, I thought that this was very, very cool, my dude. I thought that was a very cool weapons rack. Very, like, it's not over the top. It's basic. It is what it is. And, you know, it looks good. I don't know what more to say than that. I guess you could Dremel in a bit and put those things in, but I mean, really, that's not effort that I would go to, so I'm not going to give you a hard time about it. Alrighty then. But yeah, like, I don't know what more to say with this, but because, like, it's obvious that you put some effort into it, and I don't want to seem like I'm dismissing it, but it's good. It's good. That's just all there is to it. Alright. So, yes, next up we have more of my pain, which is more lawnmower models just on that final minute. But, you know, that's fine. That's it's okay. It's okay. Everything is fine. But I do think I'm going to get to these next week so that we've got something that we can get in on. Or do I need to get in on it right now, Lorna? You know what? We're going to have a short second of radio silence so that he can catch up and so that I can have a quick slash. Leave my mic behind in the loo? This is a family channel, sir. A family channel. How dare you? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute and I will see if I can show you guys what has been being worked on. And, yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry for not being around. I was working on my own thing, and I felt when I couldn't actually give these videos, it's, I guess, a bit of a problem if I'm just there posting all of my models and it's not quite in the spirit of things, or at least that's what I felt. But yeah, let me show you, ladies and gentlemen, just some of what I have been working on before I go, and you guys can have a sneak peek. Yes, sneak peek. Very Chinese, not at all. What I've been doing. And this is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. If I go like that, how does OBS interpret it? OBS says I'm a bad person and I should feel bad. Alright, here we... Thank you. Grab things. Not seen. Very happy. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ugh. Alright. Guys, if you could see what is happening in OBS right now, you would be laughing at me. Or you'd be crying. Alright. Alright. Where's fit to screen? Here we go. And this is what I have been working on, ladies and gentlemen. Just the game, just trying to get things back on track while I've been without a computer, and now that I've got my files back, and this is page 1, and yeah, unfortunately my graphic designer has disappeared, and I'm gonna have to find him again. But other than that, you know, I think that it's coming along, and I'm pretty happy with how things are moving along. It's just pretty standard, but I thought I'd share with you guys what's been going on my end. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have been having an awesome weekend, and I hope that you've been having a good time in the meantime. But I think that will be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fantasia. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So I'm glad that you guys have been having a good time, and hopefully we can pick things back up now that the computer's back. And hopefully we've got a few new people in the meantime. But hopefully we can try and get people to post a bit more now that that's going on. Because yeah, I think we got a solid hour out of this. But yeah. Alright guys. I hope that all of you guys have a fantastic weekend. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, you know the drill. Keep those brushes wet, and I'll see you later. See ya!